left on Willowdale Avenue. In 1.8 kilometers, turn right on Olive Avenue. In 300 meters, turn right. Turn right on Olive Avenue. You've arrived at your destination.